coming up.
No, you've just told a lie. You've just told an absolute lie. And you're repeating a lie that you have been told that you have never once checked. But the difference between me and you is that I have checked.
In this powerful 10-minute video, Christian apologist Bob exposes a critical flaw in the common arguments many Muslims are taught to repeat, without ever questioning the source. He turns to the Quran itself, citing Surah 547, where Allah commands the people of the gospel to judge by what was revealed in it. But here's the catch. Bob holds up the same gospel those early Christians recognized, and it directly contradicts the narrative his opponent is trying to push. This isn't just a debate, it's a wake-up call. Muslim brothers and sisters, if you've ever been taught the Bible is corrupted, that the gospel no longer exists, or that Jesus never changed the law, stop. Watch this. Because if the Quran tells Christians to follow the gospel, shouldn't you ask what gospel that was? Don't keep repeating what you've heard. Dig deeper. Question the script. Seek truth. Your eternity depends on it. Watch this video all the way through. Your soul deserves more than recycled arguments.
What did they identify as the gospel? Try to reason now. What did they identify as the gospel?
The arrival of the prophet. The
No,
Messiah,
that's a lie. You're lying. That's a lie.
in the Bible.
No, that's a lie. What they identified as, what do they identify as the
Give me the
Injil?
reference for
What they
the
identify as the
arrival of
Injil?
the Prophet Muhammad in the Bible. Find me the. I do have it written down.
So,
in my book. I
well,
didn't bring it with me.
you come back to that verse.
I've only come to the park today to see you, Bob. Sorry about that.
Maybe.
You're truly blessed.
Thank you.
Please carry on doing God's work, Bob.
I will try my
You
best.
are truly
All right.
blessed. Take care.
God bless. God bless, brother. Yeah.
God bless.
So,
God bless.
why you shouldn't talk with your mouth full. Right. So, guys, right? Look at this and try to reason with me. Allah is talking in the 7th century to a people who are Christians to judge by the gospel, right? Those people identified what I have in my bag as that gospel, okay? That means that Allah is telling them to live and believe by what I have in my bag. Now show me why I'm wrong.
This Bible, you have got.
No, show me why I'm wrong from this verse. I'm not wrong, thank you. Brilliant. So that means...
From the gospel at the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him,
And what was that?
the gospel, whatever the gospels were there.
See, you don't know,
No,
do you?
one minute.
You don't know, but I do. Go on.
The gospel at the time of Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam,
Yeah.
it was a different gospel.
Prove it.
Okay, number one.
Prove it.
Number two,
No. You've just told a lie. You've just told an absolute lie. And you're repeating a lie that you have been told that you have never once checked. But the difference between me and you is that I have checked. We have the Gospels from the 7th centuries. They're in museums around the world. We have their names, they are in lists. You can find them yourself, and then you can go and read them yourself. You can go and, there's hundreds of manuscripts, hundreds. And what do they teach? Wait, one second.
I'm telling you.
No, wait, 1 second. You're again repeating a lie. And the problem is you think that because I have studied that I'm just going to believe your lie. But the reality is I know you're making things up because I've actually gone away and looked. When you look at the 7th century manuscripts of the Bible in the Syriac, which is what they were reading in the Middle East, it matches what I have in my bag.
where is it?
You can pull them up, you can look at them yourself.
is
They're in
it?
museums across the world.
This Bible is not the copy of that Bible.
Prove it.
This is what it is not.
Prove it.
It has been proven
Where?
that
By who?
this is
Prove it.
your own pastors, your
Go
own
on.
scholars.
Give me one.
Guys, listen.
Give me one. Name one. I'd love one. Milk, one sugar.
You are saying which gospel you got, by the way?
Right, unless you can offer proof to something.
No. 1 second. What gospel you got at the
Right.
moment?
Let me explain the Christian faith to you,
yeah.
because you're just repeating statements.
What gospel you got?
you're
Come
just
on,
repeating statements.
answer me.
You're going to.
Yeah.
You're just repeating statements that you've heard in the mosque that you've
No,
never...
shut up.
I'm
Tell
not gonna
me
shut
what
up.
is the.
I'm not
Tell
gonna
me
shut
what
up.
is the
So,
gospel
I'm going
in
to
your
tell
bag.
you. I'm going to tell you. There are 4 accounts of one gospel. Those 4 accounts are named Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Those are the original. Prove me wrong, because if you can't, I'm going to prove myself right.
Okay. Now, number one, you got 4 more Bibles which have been rejected.
What Bibles are we talking about?
Bible Barnabas.
Bible. You don't even know what you're talking
Okay.
about. What does Bible mean?
Okay, Gospel Barnabas.
The Gospel of Barnabas is 2nd century, 3rd century document.
Okay, where is it?
The Gospel of Barnabas,
Yeah.
you can find it in museums,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But we're not
What is
talking
it?
about
One
that.
minute.
We're talking about what the
One
Quran
minute.
says.
1 minute. Yes.
So are you saying
So this-
are you saying that this is the Gospel of Barnabas?
Okay. Now, number one.
Are you saying that's the Gospel of Barnabas?
No. This is
It
what
isn't.
it is referring to some part of
What,
the Gospel
what,
of
what?
Barnabas. Now listen
That
to this
fictitious
one.
account.
No,
Do we know why it's
listen,
fictitious?
listen to this one. Listen to this.
Wait, do you know anything about the Gospel of Barnabas?
Yes, I do.
Right, when was
It
the first
says,
when
it is.
when is it first
Wait. Just shut up, please. Let me talk.
No, you lied. And
Just
you
tell
interrupted
me.
when you felt like
Did the Prophet Muhammad mention in the Gospel of Barnabas or not?
No, he isn't.
He isn't.
Excuse me. Can I go after? But I don't want any cameras.
Yes, we can talk off camera if you're willing to wait.
Yeah.
Yes. The Gospel of
1 minute,
Barnabas.
let me show it to you.
The Gospel of Barnabas.
One
Fine.
minute.
No, I'll take back what I've said. I'm happy. I was thinking about my Gospels, not your Gospels. I'm happy to say the Gospel of Barnabas mentions Muhammad.
Okay.
The Gospel of
This
Barnabas.
is what.
The Gospel of Barnabas is a 7th century fake.
Okay.
It's a 7th century fake. Shall I tell you why we know? Because the Gospel of Barnabas talks about wine barrels, right? Wine barrels didn't come until centuries later. In the 1st century, they used wine skins.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
This is what
You
the
don't know
Quran is
history, do you?
referring to the Barnabas.
The Gospel. So you're saying.
Okay.
Right. Great.
Okay, one minute,
Great,
one minute,
one second. One second.
One minute.
Right,
Why
one
doesn't
second.
your gospel
One second.
mention about the Muhammad?
1 second. Right. Tell me this. You've just
Hold on.
undone yourself. You've just undone yourself because you've just said that the Gospel here refers to the Gospel of
The
Barnabas.
actual gospel, which
Show
is the
me,
true book of
show
God,
me,
which has
show
been
me,
changed.
Show me in the 7th century which people believed in the Gospel of Barnabas.
Probably there was different names for that, as the name for the Bible
You're making
have
things
been
up again.
changed. No.
You're
The
making
names
things
have
up
been
again.
changed over the period of time.
Yeah.
Different books have been printed. Different texts have been removed. Different text has been added. What the God,
Okay.
what the Allah is mentioning over here
Yeah.
is the true word of the Jesus, where He mentioned the
Yes,
arrival
right,
of the Prophet
right.
Muhammad.
Let's think about that for a
to
second. Let's think
after
about that
him.
a second. Let's think
This
about
is
that for a
what he
second.
is talking about.
Let's think about that for a second. Because the thing is, if we're talking about a book that is referred to in the 7th century, right? And the
It's a 3rd
people,
century book
and the
anyway.
people that
But the
believe
first
in the
Bible
Bible,
was written
the
after
Gospel
the
of
1st century
Barnabas,
anyway.
the Gospel of Barnabas was not known in the 1st century. No one refers to the Gospel of
There
Barnabas.
was no Bible in the first
There
century.
was,
The
there
Bibles
was,
were
I'm
written
sorry,
after 150
Here's where you're wrong.
years.
Because
150
Ignatius,
years
are you
was the
listening?
first time the collection
I'm
of
gonna
some
show
of
you.
them.
I'm going to show you why you're wrong. I'm going to show you why you're just another ignorant da'i. The Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are quoted by Ignatius, Irenaeus, Clement of Rome, Clement of Alexandria, mentioned by Athenagoras. They're quoted by. They're even quoted by non-Christians. They're quoted by Marcion. They're quoted by Tatian. They're quoted by Tertullian. Right? Particularly Clement of Alexandria and Clement of Rome. Clement of Rome was a 1st century writer, and he refers and uses the Gospels I have. Irenaeus uses the Gospels I have. Ignatius uses the Gospels I have. Listen, because this is where it demonstrates you're wrong. Listen,
of John was written? One
listen,
verse. Gospel of
listen, listen. These people all lived before 150 AD. If they are quoting the Gospels I have, that means the Gospels I have are 1st century documents. It's not like they had printing presses back then.
Gospel of
But
John,
you know what they don't
when
do?
was it compiled?
You know what they don't do? They never quote the Gospel of Barnabas. No one ever quotes the Gospel of Barnabas. When is the first time anyone refers to the Gospel of Barnabas? In the 7th century. And what religion believes in Muhammad in the 7th century? Islam. Islam, right? And what gospel references Muhammad? The Gospel of Barnabas. So we have a 7th century document talking about Muhammad after the birth of Islam. It doesn't take a genius, and unfortunately you're not one, but it doesn't take a genius to realize that the Gospel of Barnabas was a Muslim lie, a Muslim fake, repeating lies that you have repeated.
First Gospel of John, what date it was written? Do you have that?
The latest date we have for the Gospel of John is
Yeah.
90 AD.
90 AD.
Yes, which makes it a first century document.
Makes up
The first reference to the Gospel of Barnabas
How
is
many
in the
times
7th
it has been
century.
rejected?
Wait, have you heard
How
that?
many? One second.
Have you heard that?
1 second. How many times it has been rejected that
The Gospel of John was never ever rejected by the
for
church.
the date it was
second.
written
180
years
1 second.
after.
That's
180
old
years
scholarship.
after.
That's whole scholarship. It's debunked.
180 years after.
Dr. Bruce Metzger, Dr. Bart Ehrman, Dr. James White,
There is
Dr. Dan
variations.
Wallace,
Look,
all of them
you're
say
rejecting
that
Barnabas.
the Gospel
I am
of John
returning.
was based
I am
in
rejecting.
the first century. The difference between me and you is I have evidence. You have conjecture and claim.
No, you are
You have-
rejecting the Bible.
So where's
of
the
Barnabas.
first? When?
I
Where?
am rejecting the Bible
There
of
is
John.
no Bible.
Because you have
There
so
is
many
no
Gospels.
Bible of
so many
Barnabas.
Gospels of Johns and Barnabas
There
and all
is no
that.
Bible.
They were written
You can't even use
afterwards.
the words
They were
correctly.
written afterwards.
You can't
You're
even
not
use
getting
the
it.
words
They have been
correctly.
added with the
You're so
lies, with the
ignorant
stories.
of this
and you
topic
are absolutely
that you
ignorant, my
can't
friend.
even
you
use
can
the
go
words properly.
and check when was the
Yes,
Bible written.
the whole of the New
800
Testament
Bibles,
was
they
finished
have got
in 90
700 Bibles.
AD.
The first one
All
was
that you're
written
repeating
after
are
200
lies
years.
by the Dawah. All right,
Now
this
you're gonna
guy's
tell
done, guys.
me,
He's done. He's
this
done.
has been
He's
all
done.
right.
Right, he's done. He's done. He's got nothing.
It hasn't been
He's
nice.
got nothing. He's got nothing. He's got nothing.